Hey guys, Josh here, back with a brand new video. Today we are here to preview F1 2015, the game, and also talking about our plans for the first Codemasters F1 games on the next gen consoles. Of course, comes out this Friday. I'm very excited for it, cannot wait for this Friday, or in my case Sunday, as I'm going away this weekend. I know, very tragic news that is. I have to wait until Sunday to play the new game, unless Shop 2 do an amazing job and deliver F1 2015 on the Thursday, which would definitely be a fantastic way. Because it's Tuesday today, it's only a few more days to wait. There won't be any more videos until F1 2015. I'm really not in the mood to make anything until we get the new game. I'm just so pumped for that. I really don't want to be doing anything else than just kind of getting excited for that. And certainly I've noticed these last 2 or 3 videos released haven't been getting the response I've wanted them to be getting, just because a lot of people are just hyped about F1 2015 and are more interested in that than, of course, some old F1 games, or just talking about F1, which of course is absolutely understandable. It's been the same with me. I've certainly been focusing mainly on just kind of watching F1 2015 videos and just looking at all these very interesting preview kind of gameplay that we've been seeing from the likes of Team VVV, and outside Xbox is certainly Team VVV is probably the one I'd recommend. Go and check out their channel. Got some brilliant F1 2015 gameplay, and I think they've got some brilliant commentators as well on that channel. Massive fan of their channel. So what do I think then of the preview gameplay so far? I think it's very good. I think a lot of people were very kind of skeptical about however you say it, about this game, very kind of negative at the start, and rightfully so, because we started off this kind of hype about F1 2015 with the news that there's going to be no career mode, there's going to be not too many features. There's going to be probably less features than some of the previous F1 games, and a lot of people were kind of disappointed. We still had 16-man lobbies, co-op was cut, and other things as well that have been in previous games, but were actually cut. People were very angry about this, but I think people have kind of realised that Codemasters are just kind of focusing on the core gameplay and the fact that this is kind of a foundation stone for the future F1 games, and certainly one that is going to be built upon for the next few years in F1 2016, 17, hopefully onwards, because I think that Codemasters are going to make a really good go of this, and I think they're really going to make up for what they've done before in kind of definitely a really positive way. They seem to have really got it right with F1 2015 at the moment. Of course, we can't judge them yet, either way. You can't say it's going to be the best game ever, or it's going to be the worst game ever. We've really just got to wait until after Friday, probably about 2-3 weeks after that. If the online service is still kind of holding up and single player and the AI are really good, and we can certainly judge this and kind of decide, is this probably one of the best, F1 games ever made? And I really hope it is. I think this is, like I mentioned before, a really good kind of foundation stone for the future F1 games. They're just going to kind of build upon what we're going to be seeing, in F1 games. Possibly, next year we're going to reintroduce co-op career, and you're probably wondering why couldn't all this be done into this first game? Well, basically, A, of course it's on the new consoles, but B, more importantly, the game's basically been made up from scratch. A lot of previous games, take Forza 5 for example, they used a lot of the code from Forza 4, and so actually MotoGP is a much better example. For MotoGP 14 on the PS4, they used a lot of the same aspects they've used for for MotoGP 13, and they basically copy and pasted them from the old gen to the new gen and added a few, of course, new additions. But that's completely different with F1 2015. It's completely new, has basically nothing to do with F1 2014. It may look slightly like it with kind of the similar HUD, and of course, some bits similar, but a lot of it is redesigned, and even if some things are the same, they've even made them from scratch to suit the same, which is absolutely brilliant in my opinion. And I think that's what's going to be the winning formula for this game. And the netcode as well, it's completely made from scratch, meaning multiplayer should not have the same bugs as previous games and should be really good to play on, which I'm hoping is true, but of course there's no guarantee it will be. We could see another Project Cars where the online is completely broken, where everyone could just be chucked out of a lobby at will. But I'm really staying optimistic, and I'm not going to be negative until we see the game, until we see the problems, but inevitably there are going to be, this game's not going to be perfect. This game might be an absolute flop, you never even know until release, but I've got a really good feeling about this game, and all we can do is stay optimistic, and I think that's really good if everyone just stays positive, and people aren't ripping it out of Codemasters, because a lot of these things we talk about aren't their fault to do with the promotion. I know I've slated them before, but really it's all FOM just kind of, making them kind of hold back. And the same thing with the career mode as well. It's nothing to do with Codemasters, the fact that you can't race under your name. In fact, it's better that you can't race under your name for the simple fact that it gets around the licensing issues, and that you can actually now have these podiums, have these cinematic sequences, and just the overall TV presentation as well of F1 2015. I'm really, really liking. Just talking to a race engineer, at the start I said it was a gimmick, and I thought that for quite a long time, until I saw that you can actually use the D-pad to talk to your engineer, which is absolutely brilliantly idea, which means that you don't have to have a headset, you don't have to have Connect, which is major relief to me, of course, who doesn't have Connect. And I think it's a pretty good feature. You can ask where you are, ask who's behind you, I believe, ask you what the weather is, tire temperatures, fuel. That's another thing as well. Apparently this year it's all going to be about managing your fuel and managing your tyres, which I'm really, really interested in, because that's going to definitely replicate what's going on in Formula 1 at the moment. The cars are going to be very, very different to handle, but with from anything we've already seen in previous F1 games, and that's something I'm very, very excited for. And it's going to be absolutely brilliant to see this kind of new handling model, to see who adapts first, and maybe we'll see some people who are slow on the old gen who are very, very fast on the new gen. I'm sure the same guys are probably still going to be up there for this game, but there should be a few surprises in there, and I'm really, really hoping that everyone's going to be suited to it and everyone's going to have a real good time, because F1 2015 really does need to be a good game, and I'm sure it will. It's not going to be perfect, it probably won't be the best F1 game ever, but it certainly should be a contender and really should be a positive step for the future. And I can't wait for this Sunday, and of course Friday for all you guys, and I hope you guys all do enjoy it as well. In terms of my plans, just very briefly, I'm going to have the Perez Path to Power series starting. Obviously it's only going to be one series, of course, because you can only do one season on the game, so I'll just be doing a season with Force India, of course, driving Sergio Perez, my favourite team and one of my favourite drivers as well, one of my top 3 favourite drivers, along with Sainz and Nasr. So yeah, really looking forward to doing that. I may do a few videos kind of on Pro Season mode, probably more as a joke, because I really can't do it competitively. I'm going to be so slow at that. Maybe do it with Will Stevens, and then after I've done the career mode to Sergio Perez, hopefully move on to a top team, possibly Vettel in at Ferrari, or maybe even like a Nico Rosberg at Mercedes kind of thing going on there. And I'm not quite sure. Maybe we'll start off in kind of a midfield team and then maybe move up to a front runner, perhaps Williams or something like that. But personally, I've always thought, same with F1 games and same with real life F1, being in the midfield is way more interesting than being at the front, but that's just my personal opinion. Also, maybe Toro Rosso as well. I don't know. I'm thinking of doing the Perez, but I may switch to Carlos Sainz Jr. I'm not quite sure. I've looked around what other F1 YouTubers are doing, and I haven't really seen anyone do Sergio Perez, so I might do that, because I do know Niran from official FNG is doing doing career mode with Carlos Sainz Jr. So Sergio Perez, no one seems to be doing that, so I may do that, but that's still to be confirmed. And also got some other series planned as well, and League Racing is going to feature a lot on my channel. I'm really hoping to try and make very high quality League Racing videos, because I think they've been something that's kind of lacking over the past year. A lot of people, including myself, have been kind of put off from doing League Racing videos, but that's going to change. F1 Live Season, we're going to have full highlights from a range of POVs, and then for Pinnacle, and possibly UTR, possibly AOR, those 2 leagues I'm not quite too sure if I'll be joining or not, but certainly Pinnacle League with Sauber, teammates with Elusive Kev, I'll definitely be doing some videos from that, just from my perspective. I'm really looking forward to that season starting, and indeed, of course, the live season the most. But still a lot to be confirmed, not if I can actually announce. Basically just seeing how the game functions as well before I can really formulate a lot of these ideas. It's not until you can actually play the game, until you know everything about the game, where you can really plan these series. But anyway, very, very excited for this Sunday. Hope you guys do get the game all on time if you have pre-ordered it. If you haven't, I really hope you can either A, find the money, or B, find out that the game is really good, and then you guys can join us, of course. And if you guys are wondering, I'll be buying on Xbox One. And of course, I would love to do some sprint races as well. And certainly the first few weeks, I'll just be doing a lot of sprint races, because the first 2 weeks of release, I'm here, and then the next 2 weeks, I'm away, and then from after that, I've got like a really big summer break. So should be a lot of F1 videos coming out over the next couple of months. Should be a great month for my channel, and I'd just like to thank you for all the support. I know growth has been very, very slow recently, but that's perfectly all down to me, really. I've just been kind of holding out for F1 2015. I thought it was coming out in June, of course, but then they delayed it. So anyway, hopefully kind of get back into the trend, I think, over this next couple of months. Hope you guys will enjoy the content. Hope you guys will stick around. Let me know in the comment section below if there's anything you want to see me do on F1 2015. But anyway, I've rambled on for long enough. I'll see you guys next time then. Hope you have a great day, and yeah, goodbye.